Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to explain or present our SCL question C answer about the technique that we use to study the transition state of the reaction. Okay, my group member is, my name is Mu'afil bin Ismail, Muhammad Amirul, Nur Afika, Siti Hafizah, and Nazatul. Okay, I will start our presentation first. Okay, isotope effects such as kinetic isotope effects are invaluable tool in physical and biological science that are used as a method to understand the reaction kinetic mechanism and solvent effect. Okay, to investigate the transition state of the reaction, we choose kinetic isotope effects at a neutral abundance by NMR spectroscopy. Okay, why we choose this method? Because it have a stable isotope that we want to use, which is deuterium isotope and also carbon-13 isotope. Okay, for better explanation, I will pass to Amirul.
Now I will proceed with the experimental studies. Acid and enzyme catalyzed hydrolysis of alpha and beta methyl glucopyranose is measured by using 13 carbon isotope effect. This one is alpha 4, this one is beta 4. The enzyme catalysts used are alpha or beta glucosidase in a 2-mole perchloric acid. This enzyme will operate through a double displacement mechanism with a covalent acylene intermediate. So this product has the same anomeric configuration as the reactant. Anomeric means two sugars that differ in configuration only at the carbon in N-acyclic forms. For the findings, there are two mechanism reaction used for glucoside hydrolysis, which are SN2 for highly dissociative and SN1 for the stepwise. In all cases, the transition state have significant orthocarbenium ion character. For the SN2 mechanism, the transition state is like orthocarbenium ion. This one, number 6. For the SN1 mechanism, it is formed discrete orthocarbenium ion intermediate. This one, number 7. Then, primary 13 carbon kinetic isotope effect can be used to distinguish between this mechanism, where SN2 mechanism is being larger than a stepwise mechanism.
Thank you to Amirul. So my name is Nur Afika and I will proceed the presentation with how KIE works. So first, atom is replaced by isotope and the change in rate of reaction is observed. KIE will reflect the changes in atom vibrational environment between the reactant and the transition state. So the difference in KIE magnitude directly related to the percentage change in mass. So when isotope with different percentage mass is introduced, it will give a difference in KIE magnitude. For example, when we replace hydrogen with deuterium. So next, a less retained environment will decrease the bond strength and changes in bond angles. So it is a normal KIE, while more constrained environment will give inverse KIE. So the transition state can be measured by NMR to detect isotope location, and it can provide a sufficient information and make a specific quantitative statement about the transition state structure. So that's all from me. I will pass the presentation to Nazatul. Thank you.
Okay, next is about the transition state. For the transition state, it is known that there is a glycoside hydrolysis with a large amount of oxycarbenium ion. How do we know that there is a large number of oxycarbenium ion? Because it has the effect of fluorine substitution in the sugar ring. So fluorine will act as an electron withdrawing, in which it will draw the electron from the reaction center. Thus, it will decrease the reaction rate by destabilizing the electron diffusion in the transition state. And the primary determinant for the rate of the hydrolysis appears to be in the field effect of the ring substitution on O5, where the site that has the greatest increase in the charge of oxycarbenium ion. Then, when the acylene leaving group is combined with the fluorine substitution, the effect of glycosylation will decrease, while the deglycosylation remains severely impaired because and it is possible to trap the covalent enzyme sugar intermediates. So the purpose of kinetic isotope effect is that it is widely used in order to demonstrate the mechanism retaining enzyme, to identify the active site of nucleophile carboxylate, and to solve the crystal structure of covalent enzyme bound to the intermediate, just like in this case. So we can determine the transition state with the oxycarbonium ion character by using the kinetic isotope effect. So for the next one, I will pass to Hafiza. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Siti Nohafiza. Now I will continue about disadvantage of KIE analysis. First of all, KIE analysis was very difficult to handle. The application of KIE analysis has very limited accessibility to the required isotopically labeled material. The method or the reaction must be carried out at very accurate conversion, either very low to the product analysis and very high conversion for the starting material analysis. The second disadvantage for KIE analysis was very difficult to dispose. Very difficult to dispose will lead to the waste of dispose problem, and it also can affect the environment by chemicals that cannot be disposed.
Okay, I think that's all from us. Thank you for listening our presentation.